Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And here we are. We're actually looking down right now at the River Divvy, which is in a moment going to join the River Findhorn. So lovely to see you, Tom and Lyda and Bonnie, first on today. I wonder how many people will get the right time this morning. It's a little complicated. But yeah, I'm just standing in the middle of this beautiful area of autumn leaves along the path, strewn thickly, and then these fabulous trees all around me looking down into the hollow. The colours probably aren't so great on my screen as they are in real life. It seems to be more orange in real life. But anyway, it's gorgeous whatever the situation. And look, here we are wandering along. Please get in single file because it's a fairly vertiginous drop. And look, you can see the river down there. There's been quite a bit of rain, so although we're nowhere up near the floodstones of old, the river is quite swollen and very babbly and noisy and lovely. And the colours are just gorgeous. So welcome, welcome. Here we are, the 31st of October, 2025. Samhain. If you read my Facebook page, Samhain being the Gaelic for the end of the harvest season and the beginning of the darker time of year. And I didn't know that Samhain is also the Gaelic word for November. And you may remember this is one of our favourite trees with all these cute little ferns growing on it. I always want to swing out on it, but don't worry, I'm not going to. And the water below as we head down. Isn't that lovely? So if you're feeling a bit fuddy-duddy or something, that'll all wake you up and get rid of any spider's webs. Rebecca Lynn, hello. Windy and stormy there on Cape Breton Island. Irmgard, hello, and your island in Germany, and Maggie in Glasgow. It is a gorgeous place to be. And Olive, hi. Yeah, Bonnie, you're over there in Milwaukee. Jeanette, great. Yeah, it is beautiful. Susan, hey, over there in Bedfordshire. Yep, I've got my walking boots on and it's still a bit slippery. So yes, Halloween, whatever we want to call it. Halloween, All Hallows Eve, All Saints, Samhain. I mean, the retail business has sort of, what's the word, kidnapped the beautiful sense of Samhain and honouring of the ancestors. I mean, the supermarkets are full of all sorts of tat, really, and kids' bellies will be full of sugar. But look at this lovely green here. So there's been so much rain and it's very rich and wet and utterly delicious. Yeah, so no York Minster or chocolate shops or witches in the shambles this week. And sorry it ended so abruptly last week. And then you got an extra little one of Clifford's Tower. And yeah, no little French villages or Roman forums. But here we are in nature's own cathedral. What a cathedral. And there's a nice little breeze a-blowing. Today was unseasonably warm. It was about 15, dropping now. And before I forget, I think next week we're going to have to be at 3 o'clock UK time. The clocks will have gone back in the US and Canada. because by next Friday the sun will be setting here at 4:15. So it doesn't leave us much time, especially if it's a grey day. Today the sun was out, and look, oh look, let me go back and just brush my hair against this tree as Eustacia Vi did in The Return of the Native. For any of you Thomas Hardy buffs out there, I always remember that bit. I wonder why we remember certain bits of novels or poems. But yeah, beautiful, isn't it? Ah, hello, Julie. Yes, blessed Samhain to you too. Ah, sunny and cold where you are. Nadia, hello. And Kendall. Oh, happy birthday on this All Hallows Eve to your dad, Kendall. It was also the day of my brother-in-law's death 3 years ago. So I'm also thinking of him. And also of my brother, who died a little over 2 years ago. But it's lovely to remember all these people in our lives. And Susanna Michaelis put in the Rainbow Bridge today, she's written a song. And I'm not going to sing it because I don't really know what the tune is, although I can guess. But she just says, all my mothers, 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 all my fathers, 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 I honour you, I thank you, for I would not be here without you. Though no one living knows your name, how you lived and loved and died, we honour you, we thank you, for we would not be here without you. And then it says, ancestors, sky folk, family long gone, we honour you, we bless you. Yeah, it's lovely words, Susanna. Thank you for that. And I don't know whether Ellen is watching. I know she's had trouble with her internet, but she's good friends with Susanna. And Susanna's going to sing that song in the sanctuary. I think it's not this Sunday, but the Sunday after. We've got some lovely colour here. Who's that writing there? Oh, Olive. I'll read the rest of that later because I've got my eye on the wet roots of trees here, which can be quite dangerous. So, but look at that. So we've come round the corner and we're now looking at the River Findhorn as it wends its way down to the Murray Firth, into Findhorn Bay, through Findhorn Bay, and look, we go right up here. Oh wow, that's really lovely. Look at that. Whee! What a delight. I left my car at Logie Steading and I walked all the way along the river here, and I will walk back. But this bit's a bit tricky. Wait a minute. Ah, there you go. And you can see the river's churning along. We'll get a better look in a minute. Just wondering how you all are. I know Tom is off to Cairo next Monday, I think. Bless you, Tom and Nancy. No doubt you have a cat sitter. And I'm back from my travels, but I tell you what, it whet my appetite a little. Be afraid, I may turn up at your door. Yeah, look, here it is, churning away. What a lovely electricity in that water. And look at those lovely dangling green threads through there. And in the Rainbow Bridge today, Eileen mentioned to be like a child and see and enjoy the seemingly insignificant wonders of life. I suspect that we're looking at those right now. She talks about the beauty of a flower, the song of a bird, the glory of the sunrise. raindrops trickling down a window pane, but wow, I'm sure we are looking at this with eyes that really see and cease to rush through life. And that's what these walks do for me, and I suspect they do for you too, that we pause for a moment on a Friday afternoon and really look closely at the natural world. I hope you can hear me okay above this rushing tide of water. And what a fantastic path, doesn't it just beckon you on? Normally I start at the Randolph's Leap end, but this time I decided to start at the other end. Hi Jill. Yes, I'm glad you all found the right time. And yes, stunning views indeed. Wow, there's a whole, look at this little, this is more than a cascade, this is a torrent. The song was written by Susanna Michaelis. Oh, thank you, Kendall. What was that? I want to sit and put toes in the Findhorn River, I think you mean, Jill. Well, I imagine it's pretty cold. Anyway, let's move on. There's more torrents up ahead. But look where I'm walking. I'm just walking through this. It's like walking down the centre of some enormous cathedral. And I rewatched my York walk, and I loved how much the bells were ringing through that. It was great. So happy to take you there, and so happy to hear that Peter Duffy worked there for 3 years. 3 happy years of his life. Yeah, Findhorn, Randolph's Leap and the Findhorn River are even more gorgeous in the autumn. Yeah, look at how it just moves along. Now here the river is really swollen. It's not usually that wide. And you can see it comes down here and gushes over there. We could all sit in one huge rubber tyre. There'd be a few screams, wouldn't there, of fear and delight. Oh, and I read in the Rainbow Bridge today. Oh. It's all right. I'm videoing to the world. They think it's gorgeous. Where was I? Alan Watson wrote in the Rainbow Bridge today that beavers have just been reintroduced into the wild in Scotland. They've been bred in captivity. They became extinct, I think he said 400 years ago. So that's nice. He said the beavers are really important because they have a great impact on the environment. And look, see the river here? Here is where it's really swollen because down there used to be quite a big pebble beach. It's certainly not there at the moment. just came across quite a lot of people. And I mean, the track is quite narrow here, you can see. Very atmospheric as the light starts to dim. Yeah, so beavers. And Eileen today. Eileen's always very upbeat, isn't she? She says, have faith. The world is going through a tremendous cleansing, and all is very, very well. And Rosie would point out to you that it's not all will be very, very well, all is very, very well. So no matter what we are thinking about anything going on in the world that we judge as, gosh, fairly unpalatable, unbelievable, she says we're going through a huge cleansing. And that all is very, very well in the bigger picture, I guess she means, in the cosmic picture, in the greater plan of things. Doesn't the river look fab? And again, it's surging along here. Oh, here's a good one. Let me get close to that. It's a roar, isn't it? Woof! Niagara Falls. Not quite. Isn't that fabulous? Look at that. And also I notice sometimes I want to have a little sort of discussion with Eileen and her guidance, because today her guidance says that there's more to faith than sitting back and leaving everything to God, the universe. And it says that we are the universe's hands and feet, and we need to do things, right? Fair enough. But tomorrow, the guidance says there's no stress or strain in nature. All you have to do is allow things to happen. And then it says, why not let yourself be transformed into a glorious butterfly? And then she talks about the birds that break through their shell, and the crabs that grow a new shell, and the snakes that get out of their old skin. And so we do need to do something. But look, isn't that fabulous? Oh my God, look at that. Can't improve on nature, can you? Spectacular. Woo! I think there'd be a lot of screaming going on if we were all in a rubber tire there. Yes, oh the beauty. Beautifully said, Rebecca Lynn. Oh the beauty. And we head up here. It's like a little bit like a sort of enchanted land, isn't it? And Eileen also says love, joy and thanksgiving, which reminds me of the words along near York Minster last week. Love and joy were there. Love, joy and thanksgiving. And she says, joy just ripples out. It just ripples out. And love is a healing balm. And of course she reminds us to love the unlovable. Gosh, it's thunderous, isn't it? Woo! I'm glad I came here today. And as I said on my page, you know, Samhain is when they say the veils are thin between the worlds, and that's what was always said about down here near the Findhorn River. Ooh. Gosh, stunning. But light definitely dimming. I'm glad they have a fence here. Oh, there's some people down there. You can just see them over there. Oh, with cameras. Well, I don't blame them. Oh, we're coming up to look at that just up ahead. It's like a little fairyland beckoning us on. Wouldn't it be great to see some nature spirits frolicking and cavorting? And instead of the, I'll believe it when I see it, I'll see it. What is it? They turn that round, don't they? I'll see it when I believe. I'll believe it when I see it. I'll see it when I believe it. That's right. I'll see it when I believe it. Ah, look. That's a great view. And another vertiginous drop here. Great trees over there. And then we come up to this lovely bit. And I think actually as the light dims, the colours become more orange and more real as they are to my eye. Yeah, it is beautiful, isn't it? And I tell you what, I went on my walk at Killiecrankie last Saturday on my way back, and it was spectacular, but the drive between Forres and Elgin, the trees there are hard to beat, and also this is hard to beat also. And I imagine parts of the US, are very famous for their autumnal colours, their fall colours. Everywhere these beautiful trees with long branches reaching out. And I'm just going to go up here and around to probably my favourite tree. Just up a little slope here. Now that's the road we normally walk down, but I started at the other end. And then here we go. Oh, and news of Trebarn. I don't know how many of you have stayed in Trebarn on the island of Iona, but of course it's one of the assets of the Finan Foundation Trust, and it's going to become its own charity. So it's going to be a new independent charity carrying the spirit forward, honouring all that's gone before, and it will be independent of any other charities or businesses and organisations at the park, and it'll be Iona based but serving the world with visits and retreats and online programs, and at the moment it's temporarily closed for renovations. So it's going to closely cooperate with Erid, the island there that close by, which will offer complementary programs really. So they'll each be independent charities, and so things will go on in a little bit of a different way. Oops. Oh, that was a good one, Bonnie. Anyway, here's my favourite tree. And it goes up and up and up and up and up. Whoa. What a spectacular branch that one is. Just beautiful leaves here. And now we're coming across to the bit where I normally start. And leaves everywhere. Yeah, so that's the lovely view as the river comes round to where Alistair Cumming leapt. to get away from Randolph. Yeah, so it's great news about Trayman on Iona. And also Stuart Friendship, many of you may know from Cluny. He is putting on a pantomime in the Universal Hall, not this weekend, but the next weekend. One of his very silly pantomimes. This one's called Rab McHood and His Bandy Men. And all sorts of people are in that, but I'm not in it. I wasn't really around enough for rehearsals. But I have been in lots of pantomimes in my life. I've been Little Red Riding Hood, I've been Dick Whittington's Cat, I've been the Wicked Witch quite a few times. I've been a comic. Yeah, all sorts of ones. Anyway, here I am, another vertiginous drop. Now I may go down to that lookout because that would be really beautiful, wouldn't it? Do you think that's a good sort of encore for this walk? There's the leap. Looking beautiful. Yeah, so just now thinking of all my mother's mothers' mothers and my father's father's fathers. Let's honor them. And it's true, I don't know a lot about how my ancestors lived and loved and died. And I'm sure they faced great challenges and had great strength. And it is a lovely time. So I sort of join you in honouring all of the ancestors of all of us, and those of you who are watching the recording. Oh, and I did mean to say I'm going down some very vertiginous steps here. That's my favourite word today, vertiginous. But I have got my boots on. Ooh. Okay, it'll be worth it when I get there. But Diane, lovely Diane in Quebec, she's put the last 3 of my walks onto YouTube, and on my Facebook page I put the link to that YouTube channel. Ah, look, wasn't that worth it? Now, that's a beautiful view. You can just see the leap around the corner there. Oh, it looks quite far from here. Gorgeous cliffs and crags and knobbly bits, and so I'm hanging over the balustrade here. Oh, fantastic. Anyway, I completely forgot to tell you what the angel card was for today. So I'm going to show it to you. But we're going to look at that next week. Because I do want us all to wake up to the essence of who we really are. So remind me, next week, awakening. And just leaving you, I'm going to just crouch down here so you can see that fantastic view. And remember, the Zoom is on the 12th of November. The people who come on the Zoom make a small donation, and I invite any of the rest of you who enjoy my walks. You can go to yvonnepunio.com and just, support me there using a credit card. It's not obligatory at all, just if you feel drawn to support what I do. It's a great pleasure for me. Yeah, no, I'm not falling in this water, thank you. But anyway, have a lovely week, all of you. I will see you next Friday at 3 o'clock UK time. Blessings, blessings. Remember to love the unlovable in yourself and in others. Yes, don't forget the time change this weekend for the US and Canada. Much love to you all from this roaring river today, River Findhorn. Bye for now. Mwah. Big love.